Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning, ma'am. Good 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 morning, ma'am. Morning, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning to everyone. I want to say everybody on camera. Quickly switch on your camera. We are doing lots of important things today. Okay, so you have to be very concentrating and be very observant. Okay, I want all of you all to switch on your cameras. I'm repeating for the last time. Okay. Okay, I'm waiting. I'm giving you like few seconds, so switch it on quickly. And make sure your name is on the screen because I can see other names on the screen, might be your siblings' names or your parents' names. Change it to your name. Okay. Yes. Okay. And let's begin. So, all of y'all know we are talking about the important chapter that we've come to, that is properties of water. Okay. So, we are actually talking about the properties of water. Now, I'm going to explain it to you because few of y'all wouldn't have watched the offline video, I'm guessing. Okay, so 1 second, all are coming in. That's why I'm going on. Okay, so now we are going to see about the properties of water. Now, properties of water is very, very important. Okay, it's very who I can see somebody scratching my screen. Okay, 1 minute. Yes, okay. So we are going into the new chapter, that is the 8th chapter and the last chapter before your exams. Okay, or before your holidays. Okay, so we are talking about water or some properties of water. Now, be very attentive as I'm explaining. I want you all to understand. Okay, now coming to physical properties of water, that's the first part what we are going to talk about. So, we all know that water is considered as matter because it occupies space and has mass. So, like we all already know that water is also matter. Anything and everything we see around us is matter, correct? So even water is matter. Now tell me, does water have any color? Does water have color? No. Okay, have you tasted water? Does water have taste? No, water does not have taste. Coming to smell, does water have it give any kind of smell? No, right? Yes. So we come to know that water is colorless, tasteless, and odorless. Okay, we can say it has no smell, or another name for no smell is odorless. Okay, so if it has a smell, it is called odor, and if it does not have a smell, we call it as odorless. Okay, now, coming to the next one, it is present on earth in all three forms. All of us know what are the states of matter. Let me see the actions. Solid. All of y'all forgot. Solid. Yes. Solid. Liquid is you do it show like a river, and gas is you show all around. Okay, let me see how many of y'all are attentive now. Okay, switch on your cameras. This is a game. I want to see all of y'all. Okay, so all of y'all remember, or if you have seen my offline video, this is solid. Okay, then show me liquid. This is liquid like a river, and then a gas is all around, correct? Because it's all around and we can't see it. Okay, now I'm going to say solid, liquid, gas. Quickly, I want to see your actions. Okay, solid, liquid, gas, solid, liquid, gas, 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 solid, liquid, Liquid, gas, solid. Okay, very good. So this is what we know, that matter is found in three forms. What is it? Solid, liquid, and gas. So whenever I ask you, show me the action for solid, suddenly in between I'll ask. I will check if all of y'all are doing the action. Okay, fine. Okay, now we'll continue. Now we know that water is found in three states, correct? Water is found in three states, yes. Yeah, water is found in, oh my god, wait, many of them are coming in. That is why I'm joining everyone. Okay, fine. Okay, so we know that water is found in three states. Yes, solid, liquid, and gas. Coming to solid state, water is found as ice. Yes, all of us have seen ice, held ice. How many of you all have held ice in your hand? Yes, it melts, no? Yeah. So we have all seen ice that is in solid state. Yes, very good. Then coming, where can we see this? Where can we see ice? We see ice on snow-covered mountains. Where do we see ice on snow-covered mountains and glaciers? Okay, glaciers are snow that is present, that happens to cultivate on the sea. Okay, and then because of global warming nowadays, all the glaciers are melting away. Okay, because there is lot of global warming, so the ice is melting away. So now we know that solid is the state of water that is found in nature, snow, and on mountains and on glaciers. Now coming to water, we know water is the most important liquid for us, correct? We learned in our previous chapter, water is the most important liquid for us. Now where do we find water? We find water everywhere, correct? Yes, we find water everywhere. We find them in rivers, we find them in oceans, lakes, and even underwater. Now, I don't know if many of y'all have seen. Have you all seen this pump? Can you all see? Yeah, they are called bore wells. Okay, so what happens? Pumps, or they are called water pumps also. So what happens? These people, mostly in villages, you find this mostly in villages. So they pump water, they keep a pot below and they pump water from underground. So water is also present underground. Okay, so we find water which is found in liquid state in abundance. In abundance means lots, like it's so much that we can't count. So that is why we are called as the blue planet. Earth is called as the blue planet because it has water in abundance. Okay, now 1 minute. Okay, moving on to gaseous state. Okay, so we all know that when we boil water, what happens? The gas comes out, and what's the other name for that gas? Water vapor. And now we know that gas is found, or air is found all around us. And we know that we can't see gas, correct? We can't see the gas, or we can't see air. Can you see the air that you breathe in? Can you see? No, you can't see. Okay, so we know that water is found in three states, that is solid, liquid, and gases. Why? Because it is also a matter. It is also matter. Okay, coming to more physical properties of water. So we know it has a fixed volume. That is, if I have a cup of water, okay, and I'm going to pour it into another container, it will still have the same volume. That is, it will still have so much volume, but it will not have a fixed shape. Why? Because it's a liquid. It takes the shape of the container. In whatever container you put it, it's going to have or form into that shape. Okay, so this is what we learned for this. Now coming to water solutions, very important. Okay, before that, let's play the game. I want to see if all of y'all are interested. Okay, solid. Show me the action. Liquid. All are sleeping. Gas. Okay, solid. 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 Liquid. Gas. Okay, good. Now we're moving on to something known as water solutions. Okay, we are going to see how we are finding or going to get water solutions. Now, for example, when two or more substance mix together evenly, they are called a solution. So if I mix two things, anything, if I mix any two things, and if they mix together, they are called solution. Okay, let's stop it at that. Now come to the next part. Let's read it together. The substance that dissolves is called solute. Okay, now if I'm going to use a substance, okay, I'm going to use one substance that I am going to dissolve. For example, can you see the example here? They have given the example as sugar. Okay, so for example, I have taken sugar. So this is the substance that I am going to mix in the other substance, that is water. So the sugar, the name or the scientific name, if you want to say, is called solute. Okay, so I am going to use sugar, that is the solute, and water, that is the solvent. So water is the substance in which this solute is going to dissolve. How many of y'all have mixed salt or sugar in water? What happens? What happens? Somebody tell me. Okay, Ditya. Yes, Ditya, tell me. What happens?
It gets mixed.
Yes, it gets mixed and you can't see the, can you see the particles of sugar and salt after you mix it? No. So when you mix these two together, they become a solution. So we don't call it salt water or we don't call it sweet water. We call it a solution. So when a solute, that is, 1 minute, I'm just admitting few of them, that's right. Okay, so when a solute, that is the sugar or the salt, is mixed with the solvent, that is water, they both are mixed together and they form solution. What do they form? Let me see. All of y'all saying it. What do they form? They form solution. Okay, now you can dissolve many things in water, correct? We dissolve many things in water. If you have your medicine, sometimes we have medicines in which we have to dissolve, correct? We use water and you do so many things you can mix water with, correct? Now, a spoon of salt is mixed in a glass or a container and it's stirred. So what is salt? Salt is the solute here. This is the hard substance that I'm using. And the liquid substance, solvent, is the water. So when I put this salt into the liquid and I mix it, it forms a solution. Okay, so this is what it forms. It forms a solution. See the last sentence, it says here salt and sugar are solutes. Water is the solvent and the salty and the sweet water are solutions. So the end product, that is after you mix your sugar or your salt, it is called a solution. Okay, now alum and honey. Yes, few of y'all, have y'all mixed honey and water? They say honey water is good. So they say honey water is good for your health. So some people, yes, they mix honey and they drink honey water. Okay, so when you mix honey with water, also it becomes what? It becomes a solution. So my solute is honey, my solvent is water, and when I mix both together, they are called a solution. Now, alum, can you all see on the right side? Can you see this? It looks like a rock, isn't it? It's white in color. This is called alum. Okay, usually they use this to make the impure water pure. So when they put this substance, it has a chemical kind of thing which helps it to take away all the impure substance. So that much you can remember. So when you put this alum into this impure water, what happens? It changes into a pure substance. But this here, alum is the solute, water is the solvent. So when I mix them together, they will become the solution. Okay, so this is what we have learned so far. So finally, what we can say is water is called as the universal solvent. Why? Because it dissolves in many ways and it forms solutions, and also it is needed by us, correct? We need it for anything and everything nowadays, for your cleaning, your cooking, your drinking, your washing clothes, isn't it? So water is known as a universal solvent. Why is it known as a universal solvent? Because we can mix or dissolve anything in water. Okay, now we are going to read the textbook. Okay. Okay, can you all please turn your textbooks? Open your textbooks to page 90. Can all of you all see? Yes. Open your textbooks to page 90 and we'll be reading the chapter till where we have finished. And then I'm going to show you 2 experiments. So you have to be very observant as to what you see. Okay, if you want to read, you can raise your hand. Yes. Varcha sir? Yes, Varcha sir. Read the first paragraph.
Water is the most valuable substance.
Why are you putting the filter on you? First, remove the filter. How many times do we have to tell you? Remove the filter and then you will read. Quickly. Good.
Water is the most valuable substance present on the earth. All living beings require water for their survival. We use water for a number of purposes, such as drinking, cooking, bathing, cleaning. Let us look at some important properties of water.
Okay.
Physical.
Now, yeah. Okay, Varcha. I want somebody to read the physical properties of water. Okay. Girls, anyone? Okay, Ananya? Ananya, read physical properties of water.
Yes, ma'am. Physical properties of water. The following are some physical properties of water. Water is considered as matter because it occupies space and has mass. Water has no color, colorless, and has no taste, tasteless. It has no smell,
Odorless.
odorless. It is present on earth in all 3 states: solid, liquid, and gas.
Okay. Thank you, Ananya. So I already explained this to you. So we can't, the water has no color, has no taste, and also has no odor, that is, has no smell. Okay, and it's present in all 3 forms, that is solid. Let me see. Solid. Very good. Liquid, the water, and gas all around. Okay, good. Now I want somebody to read this a small table, that is, we already know that's the solid state, liquid state, and gaseous state. Okay, Neil, yes, you will read like this. See, read like solid state ice, then found in. Okay? Yes, you
solid state ice, liquid state water,
No.
gaseous
One minute.
state vapor.
1 minute. You have to read like this: solid state ice, and write opposite to it. Okay, snow covered mountains, glaciers, where it is found in. Okay, read like that.
Solid state ice, snow which is found in snow covered mountains, glaciers. Liquid state water, which is found in rivers, ponds, lakes, or under the ground. Gaseous state water vapor, which is found all around us.
Okay, thank you, Neem. Now I want somebody to read the last point. Okay, Mishika. Yes, Mishika.
It has a fixed volume but no fixed shape. It takes the shape of the container it is poured into.
Okay, now all of y'all can see on your page in your book, the next page, that is 91, correct? All of y'all can see? Yes? No? Show me a thumbs up if you can see. Okay, now you have to give me a minute, okay, or give me few seconds. I'm going to show you the first one. Now I want somebody to read what it says in the aim. Aim. Can all of y'all see in your textbook? See your textbook. See page 91. I want someone to read what it says in aim. Okay, somebody. Okay, Sherlyn. Yes, Sherlyn.
Yes, ma'am. So aim is show water, obvious space, materials required a wide mounted box.
Okay, yes, okay. So we all came to know that we are going to see the first one. Mute yourself. Okay, we are going to see the first experiment or activity that water occupies space. So we all know that water has matter. Yes, water is also made up of matter, correct? It occupies space. Now let's see how it occupies space. So here with me, 1 minute, I'll spotlight myself so all of y'all can see me. Can all of y'all see me? I'm on the big screen now. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now tell me if you can see my glass and my tray. If yes, show me a thumbs up. Show me a thumbs up if you can see. Okay, very good. Now I'm going to show you how water occupies space. Now I have an empty glass, and because water is colorless and you can't see, is why I have put little red ink in it, okay? So that you will be able to see. Otherwise, if I pour, you can't see anything, correct? So I'm going to show you how water occupies space. But first you have to be very observant, okay? I'm watching. I can see all of y'all because I'm shifting my camera. I'm shifting all of y'all through the grid. Yes? Okay. Now I'm going to pour the water into the glass. So see what you can see. I've started to pour. Okay. I'm still pouring. Okay. Did all of y'all see? Yes? Okay, shall I pour a little more? Okay, it all came out, correct? Okay, tell me, what did you observe? Anyone? Tell me, what did you observe? Okay, Arna? Yes, Arna.
Ma'am, you poured the water in the glass and the water fell out
Yes.
of the glass.
The water fell outside the glass. Very good. This is what you were supposed to observe. Very good. If all of y'all observe this, show me a thumbs up. Yes? Okay, so we all observe this. Now, we all know that water is matter. Okay, water is also called matter. So that is why they said water occupies space. See, there is no, I don't have any more place in the glass, correct? The glass is not big. It's not tall anymore, correct? So when I pour more water, what happens? It all comes out. Why? Because it is occupying space in the glass. It has occupied space in the glass. That is why if I pour more water, it's all coming out, correct? So this is one experiment to show that water occupies space. Okay, next one, I want somebody to go to the next activity 2 and again read only aim form. Okay, Tia. Yes, Tia.
To show that water takes the shape.
Okay, so just give me a second. So next one, we have to show that water takes the shape of a container.
Ma'am, should I?
No. Yeah, you can mute. Okay, now can all of y'all see me? Yes? Okay, now can you all see my cup, I mean the bowl and 2 cups or glasses that I've kept? Yes? If yes, show me a thumbs up. Yes? Okay. So now we know that water takes the shape of any container. Now with me, I have a tall glass, I have a bowl and I have a shot glass, correct? Yes. Can you see all these three? Yes. Now again, I have put little ink. I've put little red ink because water is, tell me why did I put ink here? Someone tell me, why did I put ink? Okay, Kalista. Yes, Kalista, tell me.
Because water is colorless, ma'am.
Yes, water is colorless, and since we can't see on camera is why I have put ink. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how it takes the shape of each container. All of y'all know this, but still let's observe. So I'm starting with the shot glass. Okay, I've poured so much water. Now I'm going for the bowl. Okay, and now for the glass. Yes, so what happened? It takes the shape of all these three containers. Because this is tall, it took the shape of this container. Because it's a bowl and it's round, so it took the shape of that container. And this is a short glass, it took only so much place of the container. So we know that water takes the shape of the container. Okay, so this is what we have learned. Just give me one more second. I will keep everything and then we'll come back. Okay, now go to the next page on water solutions. We'll be reading that. Okay. Yes, okay, so we will be reading that. So let's go to water solutions. Water solutions, I think on page 92. Yes, 92, if I'm right. Okay. Yes, we are going to read water solutions. That is, I've already explained it to you about the solute, the solvent, and the solution. So I want someone to read. You can raise your hand if you want to read. Okay, Monisha. Yes, Monisha. Read the first paragraph.
Water solution. When two or more substances mix together and are
Evenly
evenly
distributed,
a solution
is
formed. The substance that
dissolved.
dissolves. This is called
Solute.
solute. And the substance in which we solute this
Which the solute dissolves.
solute dissolves is called the
Solvent.
solvent. And solute and solvent together form a solution.
Okay, very good. So a solute and a solvent together form a solution. Now you will
mute?
who's this? Who did I unmute by mistake? Kalista? Okay. Now I want somebody to read this paragraph so you will understand what I was telling you all this while. Okay, so they have given the same example as salt and sugar only. So we'll read that. Okay, anyone wants to read? Okay, Kirtar. Yes, Kirtar. Read. Yes.
Yes, sir. You can dissolve many substances in water. Observe the picture given alongside. A spoon of salt is mixed in a beaker of water and
Stirred.
stirred. The salt dissolves in water completely and forms a solution. Similarly, sugar also mixes with water to form a solution. Here, salt and sugar are the solutes, water is the solvent, and the salty and the sweet water are the solutions. After making the solution, sugar or salt will not be visible in the solution. Alum and honey also form solutions in water. Water is called a universal solvent as it dissolves many different solutes into it.
Okay, so finally we come to the end of the first part saying that water is a universal solvent. Okay, now we will have a small revision. Okay, we will have a small revision of what we just learned. Okay, shall we? Yes. Okay, so if you know the answer, you will raise your hand and answer. I will read the question once so that you will not get confused. Listen to the question, think about the answer, and then answer. Yes. Okay. Water is considered as dash because it occupies space and has mass. Okay, we'll play boys versus girls. So Dhruvan, we'll begin with the boys. Tell me.
Ma'am, matter.
Matter. Okay, very good. Boys have got this point. Okay, girls, listen carefully. Water is present on earth in all three states: solid, liquid, or and dash bottle, air, oxygen, gas. Okay, this is a question for the girls. Okay, Adya. Yes, Adya.
Ma'am, gas.
Very good. It is gas. Next one. The substance that dissolves is called dash. The substance that dissolves is called dash. Water, salt, solute, or sugar. Okay, Preetham? Yes, Preetham. Tell me.
Ma'am, solute is the
Yes.
answer.
Is solute. It's the substance that is dissolving. Okay, very good. Next one for the girls. The substance in which the solute dissolves is called the dash. Solvent, liquid, mass, or water. Okay, Sasha. Yes, Sasha.
Solvent.
Yes, it is solvent. So the substance in which I'm going to use the solute, for example, sugar, that is called solvent. So the water is the solvent and sugar is the solute. Okay, next one. I think for the boys, correct? Okay, a solute and a solvent together form a dash. Nothing, solution, shape, or water. Okay, Adi or Arav, who wants to answer?
Ma'am, solution.
Yes, it is solution. So when I join the solute and the solvent together, they form a solution. Okay, mute. Next one. Water is found in solid state. Is it table, ink, vapor, or ice? Okay, this is for the girls. Okay, Sana. Yes, Sana.
Ice.
Ice, very good. Coming to the boys. Water is found in liquid state, dash. So lakes, glass, book, or juice. Where is water found in? Okay, Kaushik. Yes, Kaushik.
Ma'am, lakes, ma'am.
Very good. Lakes. Good. Okay, coming to the girls. So all of y'all, both of y'all are in a tie. Boys and girls. Next one. Water is found in gaseous state, dash. Air around us, mountains, bottle, or oil. This is a question for the girls. Tell me, where is gas found? Okay, Subarna. Yes, Subarna.
Air around us.
Air around us. Girls got this point. Okay, coming. Okay, we'll leave the 11th one because the arrow is already there. Okay, coming to the 9th one for the boys. Water is called dash, gas, stone, universal solvent, or substance. Tell me, boys. Okay. Somebody's on unmute. Somebody's on unmute. Okay, Erin. Yes, Erin, you want to answer?
Yes.
Tell me.
Water is called Universal solvent.
Universal solvent. Very good. Next question. Water is a dash liquid. Colorless, odorless, tasteless, all of these. This is for the girls. Okay, Ditya. Yes, Ditya. 10.
All of these.
All of these. Very good. Girls got this point. Okay, we leave the 11th question because the arrow was already present and I didn't know this. Okay, next one. Coming to sweet water is an example of dash. Be very careful. Sweet water is an example of dash. Solvent, solution, solute, or gas. Okay, this is a question for the boys. Okay, let me see. Sweet water is an example of dash, solvent, solution, solute, or gas. Okay, somebody hasn't answered in class. Shall I just call your name otherwise? Okay, just give me a second. Okay. Yes, Sadhna. Yes, tell me.
Very nice.
Solution.
All right.
Very good. It is a solution. So boys, you get this point. Okay. So this was a small revision on what we did. Okay. Now, before we end, we still have little time. So we're going to play the solid liquid gases game again. Now, all are smiling. Okay. Okay. I'm going to begin now. Concentrate. Concentrate. Okay. Solid. Okay, wait, I'm watching. I'll change my grid. I want to see if all of y'all are doing it. Okay, gas. All around. Okay. Yes. Okay, liquid. Okay, now we're going to go little quick. Okay, solid. Liquid. 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 Gas. All are doing, you all are still doing the same action. Gas is all around. Okay, so concentrate. Okay, gas, liquid, solid, 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 gas, liquid, solid, 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 gas. Okay, very good. Okay, so we learned this lesson. So we've learned so far. Make sure you read your chapter once again.